morning everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Now, we thought we would do a spend the week with us, just show you a bit more of a general outlook on how things look for us. It's Bank Holiday Monday, so hopefully we'll do some nice things. We didn't have an alarm this morning, which was a nice change, although it's 8 o'clock. We were awake, I was awake actually just before 7, but it's 8 o'clock now. I am just knocking up 3 crumpets because I have got a couple of hours out on my bike, zone 2, so I'm just having a bit of breakfast. I'll grab a little beautiful espresso out of that absolute machine, and then I'll crack on and get that done, so I'm back mid-morning, ready for either me and Corinne to go and do a little ride. We might do a little cafe ride, we might not. See how she feels. She's, I think, quite sore from doing a bit of gardening at her granddad's house over the weekend, and a bit of gardening here yesterday as well. So we'll see what the plan is once I'm back and go from there. Just kind of try and give you a bit of an insight into a week with us, although I'm, like I say, away quite a bit this week, but doesn't matter. That is how life goes sometimes, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy following along. Okay team, it is 10:38. I didn't get out on the bike, literally got dressed in full winter kit. So again, perks of living in the UK. On a Friday, you're gonna be in full summer kit, living the dream, and then 2 days later, full winter kit again, because it is absolutely freezing. And it just started to rain. Admittedly, it hasn't rained a lot, the roads are still dry, but it's very overcast, been on and off kind of spitting. So decided to not go out because I wouldn't say I'm a fair weather cyclist, but I'm very much, I have all the indoor set up. We potentially got all day, we haven't got much on today, so I say we, it's Corinne, decided that there's no point, as I've only got a couple of hours to do today, even if I end up riding this evening, on the turbo or outdoors, if the weather does decide to make up its mind, that would be the best option, because it's not much fun riding in the cold and rain if you don't have to. It's different if you've got a really long ride to do or whatever, but a couple of hours is not really a problem. So we had a bit of admin to do this morning, so we got that done. We are now in the red machine, heading to Asda, just in town, to check the plant section because apparently we need more plants.
No, bedding plants for hanging baskets. So basically, last year, my mum, she does this wonderful thing where she doesn't tell me that you need to get certain plants for certain things different times of the year. So she just did it without me last year, and we left it till the end of May, and there wasn't much choice. So this year, she said, right, at the start of May, we need to get the plants. But being bank holiday weekend, when we looked, I was in Kent, I think Jack mentioned Friday, Saturday, when we looked then, there was no plants at all. So now it's like mission, try and secure some blooming plants for the hanging baskets.
Yes.
My mum's had a little look this morning in Canterbury and there aren't any. So we are just going to have a little look, see if we can find any.
So, as they're in town, we did look yesterday, we're seeing if they've replenished stock since yesterday at about 3:30. And if not, we will then go down the road to the big Asda and have a look there. So yeah, that is what we're doing now. And we're just saying, actually, it is really nice to just not have an alarm, because we have an alarm every day in the week, and obviously on a normal weekend now, as of this year, we're either away bike racing or I'm getting up and doing my sort of long zone 2 rides on a Sunday.
5:30 yesterday.
5:30 yesterday. So, sometimes weekends aren't even...
Can you get out there?
Yeah, just about. Into the wilderness I've got to climb. It's all right. Yeah, so, for us, weekends aren't really weekends ever. So, well, they are, but, I mean, like when I've got 5 hours to do, I like to get out early and on it. So it was really nice to just not have an alarm, but then actually not go and ride even at 8:30 and just kind of sit on the sofa on the laptop with a coffee and just kind of chill for a bit. So
yeah, we had other things to be doing, so it's like, well, they need to be done. Let's
use
just
the time.
do that now. And
yeah. So here we are.
Let's go see if they got any nice plants.
Small update. Mission failed. Neither of the Asdas had the plants we wanted or needed. Well, wanted, I mean we need them, but yeah. So
we do need them.
We don't need them. Our lives do not depend on the hanging baskets. Anyway, mission success. We've got some bits for lunch. As it's bank holiday Monday, we decided we'd get ourselves a fresh loaf. So we've got a little sourdough loaf, some salami, and a bit of coleslaw.
Got some salad bits.
We've got a little bit of lettuce, cucumber, chutneys, that sort of thing, bit of cheese at home. So we just do a little bit of like cheese, salami, coleslaw sort of sandwich. I'm probably going to do mine toasted. Corinne was just saying how she's going to do it as a sandwich, not toasted, because why would you do a fresh loaf toasted? Might as well just have bread. That's fine then. You can have all of that and I'll just get a bit of bread out the freezer then. No dramas.
You can tell Jack needs to go on his bike.
Weather's still on and off, kind of cloudy, cold. Roads are dry, but it's on and off spitting. But it might stop raining and clear off a bit at 3, so it's like, do I wait till then? But then also it's a bit late in the day. I don't know. It's annoying, but it is what it is. We're on the way home now.
And something that we never seem to learn from is going out on a bank holiday Monday is just hell. Everybody seems to be. We went to the shop yesterday. Living in a dream world.
We went to the shop yesterday to look for the plants, and they still don't have them today. So.
Yeah, but we went yesterday in the afternoon, so they may well have.
Oh, they may well have restocked overnight.
But no, it's so annoying. People just stop in the middle of the car park to let their whole family out. It's like, bloody pull out the way. So annoying.
Anyway, yeah, if you're not good with busy situations and lots of people, don't go out on bank holiday Monday. So we never seem to learn. Maybe one day. Yeah, so on the way home, catch you in a bit. So, a little bit of early lunch. Corinne's smashing through her sourdough sandwich, and yeah, and I'm just toasting mine. And I'm just going to have it as kind of 2 toasted bits because it's huge, and yeah, it's all happening.
Hello everybody, it is now 2:45 and I just thought that I would clean the oven because the last couple of times that we've used it, we don't really use it that often because we've got an air fryer, but the last couple of times that we've used it, it has been smelling extremely hot. So I just thought, well, it wouldn't hurt to clean it. Jack has actually gone out on his bike. He's been out for about an hour now. And I thought, well, I've just literally painted my nails. I've had a bit of a chill on the sofa. I've watched some TV. And I thought, I'm going to quickly clean the oven. Like I say, we don't really use it that much, so it's not like we're going to be using it tonight anyway. And I've got a little bit of time to kill before Jack gets back from his bike ride, and then we may go out together for about an hour. I've also got a little bit of potting up to do. I spent all day in the garden yesterday, basically planting up our new flower bed. I'm not sure if we showed you that or not, but I'll quickly show you. And I planted up loads of things, but I need to plant up a few more things. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this oven cleaner do its thing for a few minutes, however long it is, and then I will get on with cleaning it.
Hello, another little update. It is now 4:30. I did slip out for my couple of hours ride. Wasn't the most pleasant. It was kind of on and off spitting, quite windy, and after that monster of a lunch, a bit soon to have such a big meal and then ride, even though there was no big intensity in the ride. And my saddle, where I've just been playing about, was wrong, and I didn't stop and change it until just over an hour in, so that wasn't the best. Feels like I got it pretty much where I want it to be now for the second part of the ride. Always a telltale sign is when you can go for sort of a ride of 2 or 3 hours and not eat anything. That's a sign you've probably eaten a big meal right before. Anyway, come home, did actually have something to eat. Just had my banana, rice cakes and a stroopwafel. Corinne's had a stroopwafel as well, a couple. And we are now, fall over while putting the washing on the radiators. We're now gonna, I literally put my bike away, but I should have kept it out because we're actually just gonna go for a little meander together. So probably about an hour or so. Just actually plotted out a slightly different route because we always do the same route. We're gonna go and do about 25k. Still similar sort of route initially, but just try and find some different lanes. Because I said, to actually ride kind of steady and ride in a group, the lanes are quite nice, being off the main roads, but for actual training, I prefer being on the main roads because it's just a bit dangerous when you're trying to push certain amounts of power or set efforts, and then you come downhill on a single track, come across a tractor or a car. It's just a recipe for disaster. So anyway, I'm kitted back up again, just having a quick coffee, and then we will get out on the road.
Back one step at 18.
A little bit of fajitas for dinner.
It's time for the final chase.
All the dips. Corinne's already wrapped up, ready to go. I'm just going to build one up, and yeah, lovely.
Hello everybody, it is now Tuesday, and I'm a little bit out of sorts, to be honest with you. Thought it was Monday, like everybody probably does after a bank holiday. However, Jack is working away. Well, he's in Tunbridge, so not that far away, but working away. He's actually coming back this evening, so he should be leaving, I don't know, shortly, and then he'll be home. So it is 2 minutes to 5, and I've had a little bit of a chill. I didn't get home until about 4:20 today because the traffic was really, really bad, and it was absolutely ravenous when I got home. So I just sat down and had a few snacks, to be honest with you. Not very healthy, but what you're gonna do? I was literally starving. And I just thought, don't mind me to my work stuff, just thought that I would make a start of prepping stuff. So I've just made my lunch. Basically, I have been having the last couple of weeks now these like healthy pizzas. Oh, my hair just went in my ear. That was not a very nice sensation. So they're literally just pittas. Today I've done a bit of barbecue sauce as the base. Yesterday, for today, I did tomato puree, and I've just literally switched out the mozzarella and cheddar for cottage cheese. However, I said to Jack earlier, I think I might have to put a little bit of cheddar, not today because we don't have any, but going forwards because it's just a little bit plain. But I then got some pepperoni. Sometimes I do chicken. I've put a little bit of onion, and I will season it as well. So I've literally just made them. I'll just put them in the air fryer for 6 minutes. Used to be 5, but then I do 6, and then obviously I actually heat them up when I eat them as well. Depending on what I put them on, obviously I might put a little bit more, might put them in for a little bit longer. But it doesn't actually look that appetizing, to be honest, because I did it slightly differently and I wasn't able to spread the cottage cheese very easily. So, rookie error. Anyway, I've just done that, and I have just literally cut our chicken because we are having stir fry tonight. So I've done that. Obviously, stir fry is a really easy meal because you literally just buy the packs of stuff. So got all that ready, got our chicken ready. Made myself a cup of tea because after all my snacks I was still really hungry. So I thought, well, I need to actually maybe have a drink. And usually what happens on a Tuesday is Jack will have a session to do, usually an hour, maybe 2. And I will then go in and go on my bike for about 40 minutes before we then head to the gym. But because Jack's not here, I'm a little bit all out of sorts with my timings, and it's now 5 o'clock and I haven't even gone on my bike or even got changed or thought about it. But I am still intending to do that. So I'm just going to finish my cup of tea, take my makeup off, get changed, get in the gym, get on my bike for my 40 minutes hopefully. By that point, hopefully Jack will not be far away from being home, and then we will go to the gym where we do a bit of all body stuff. So we basically just pick 4 exercises, 2 upper, 2 lower. It's not always the same 2 upper, 2 lower sort of on a Tuesday. It depends really on what machines are free. And obviously I use the bike and Jack has the bike as kind of like our warm up and the cardio element. And then we finish with a couple of ab exercises as well. So it's usually about 40 to 50 minutes if we're being really, really quick, so that we're like keeping 2 machines. So like say Jack's doing the lower, I'm doing the upper, and then we swap. If it's really quiet, we'll do that and we'll bash through in like 25 minutes. But yes, we're going to do that, come home, obviously have dinner, and then see how much of the evening we have, because Jack's got to read through a contract, and he's also got to pack because he's going away tomorrow until Friday. So we just need to go up in the loft, get all of his bits and pieces out, and he obviously needs to like prep all his food and everything because he's going to take all his food in the cool box. We bought it for when he did the bike racing. It's like a plug-in one, so much better than your standard one if you like. But anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm just gonna finish my cup of tea and then head into the gym. Hello everybody, it is now 8:05. As you can see, we've been to the gym, we've had dinner, we had chicken stir fry, I think I said that earlier, and Jack is now just prepping all of his food because he is away Chelmsford Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Originally he was going to get dinner out Wednesday night, Thursday night, but now he's decided, basically a couple of weeks ago we had a chilli and we had a pasta bake and there was one portion left, so originally we saved it, so I was going to have it Wednesday and Thursday this week when Jack's not here. However, I said it makes more sense for Jack to have it. He can just cook a little bit of rice or extra pasta with it, and I've got leftover stir fry for tomorrow, and then I can cook something for Thursday out of the freezer because I'm just a nice considerate person like that. So yeah, Jack's literally just got all of his pots lined up, ready to go.
So tomorrow is only a quick recce, so I'm actually here in the morning, so I'm training in the gym in the morning, getting everything ready, Thursday, Friday event, but what I said, I may not have said it before, but I'm a very on or off sort of person. When I'm on with the nutrition, with the diet, I'm getting my weight right down, we're training really well. Last Saturday I did the fatal mistake, had a little sandwich that was on offer, fell off the wagon, had like 10 mini sandwiches, about 4 cookies, went wild. So
hopefully you can hear us actually.
I have to just get everything prepped, and if I'm organised and prepared and have my own food, then I can't fall off the wagon. So that's what I do.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned earlier, but he's going to just take the electric plug-in cool box as well, and we're just basically gonna get Jack sorted, and we're just watching EastEnders, and that's pretty much it since we last spoke to you, really. So yeah, it's actually quite late really in terms of an evening because we've got quite a bit to do still, but that is just the reality and part of this video, just to show you how our weeks kind of look. So I am just about to do the watering, so it's looking a little busy in here because my bleeding heart got snapped last year in the wind, so I am extremely paranoid about getting broken again. So yesterday it was really, really windy, so I've brought it in here basically. But I've got a few more plants down here that I got from my mum's that I need to plant up. But I'm basically probably just going to move the bleeding heart back outside, give everything a good old water. That is dead, sadly. I basically broke a bit of my sage off on purpose to try and regrow another plant, and also it was overcrowding the bed down here, and I've got my basil and my parsley in there now, and it didn't go very well and it died. But this is a little update of how everything is doing in here. In here I basically got my winter potatoes that didn't do much, and they were really, really small. I don't know if you can see, but they have actually taken and flowered. Not flowered, but sprouted a little bit. And these are my carrots in here, and those are my tomatoes just down there. So yeah, I'm just going to do some watering in here. Not going to do outside because it's not been that hot, to be honest, and it's rained quite a bit. Hello everybody, it is now Thursday. Didn't film anything at all yesterday, so I will just quickly update you with where we're at. Not that it's that interesting. So obviously Monday was bank holiday Monday. Tuesday I was in the office, we went to the gym. Yesterday was Wednesday, I was working till 5, and on Wednesdays I do a double gym class. So I go to the gym, I probably leave here between 5:30 and 26 to get to the class for 6 because it's a spin class, so I like to get my bike, set it up, warm up, that kind of thing. And I actually finished work a little bit late yesterday, so I finished at 5:15. I then had to get 2 loads of washing in that was out on the line. Prep my dinner, get my bag ready for the gym because I hadn't done it already because I was not really thinking about it, to be honest. So it was very, very hectic from finishing work to getting to the gym. And then when I actually got to the gym, I kind of felt a little bit ill all day yesterday, but it really came out when I went to the gym. I don't know if it was something that I ate, or maybe I ate too much close to the class, which is not uncommon with me with my double class. But I just felt really rough and not very well at all, to be honest. And I was actually in a lot of pain for most of both of the classes, to the point where I thought I was going to have to actually walk out of the second class because I physically just could not push through the pain. So that was not fun. So I literally came home from the gym, had a bath, had my dinner, and then spoke to Jack on the phone, and then watched a little bit of TV, and then went to bed, because by the time I get home it's like 8:30, and I like to go to bed kind of 9:30, 10. I think I ended up going to bed about 10 last night. Oh, I also did all of the watering as well when I got home. And Jack got up yesterday, he did some training, and then he set off to Chelmsford at about 2 o'clock, I think it was, in the end. So it's been busy. I have literally finished work about 5 minutes ago. It's 4:05, and I am just going to go out into the garden and tie up the honeysuckle that I planted the other day in my shady flower bed. It's like part shade, part sun. So the way that I've laid all the plants out are kind of based on where the sun hits. And I've done a little bit of research on Google. Anyway, Jack put a bit of trellis up on the fence for me the other day, and he put it up after I'd planted the honeysuckle. So I just need to attach some string and just tie it up to try and encourage it to grow up the fence, and then obviously over the trellis before it attaches itself to everything else but the trellis. So I'm gonna go do that. I need to put my phone on charge. I'm gonna charge my laptop because we've been filming quite a few different things over the last few weeks, and I need to actually import the footage onto my laptop, see what we've got, and then go from there, because we haven't posted a video in a few weeks, and in all honesty it's just because I haven't had the time to sit down and see what we've got and see if we've got anything that is worth making a video out of. So yeah, I'm just gonna go out into the garden now and tie up the honeysuckle. Okay, literally like 2 minutes later, I have changed my mind really quickly, because this is something that is bugging me for a long time. So I don't know if you can see, but basically I'm in the gym right now, and Jack, he tells me it's not him, but it is not me. So it's 100% him unless we have unwanted guests. But anyway, he walks mud into the gym, and I know exactly what it is he's all kitted up for his ride, and then he will literally think, oh, I've forgotten something, and then come back in here and walk mud everywhere, because he walks from the stones out there, which are obviously muddy. Anyway, I just want to see if I can clean them. This rubber flooring is great, it's from Sprung Flooring, however, as you can see, it's quite textured, so it's not as simple as literally just whipping a mop over the top of it. It has got lots of bits that are ingrained, so I've got my little scrubbing brush, and I'm going to just see, just with a bit of water, if I can just basically clean it up, because it drives me nuts.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes.
This is another thing that really annoys me. Again, I don't know if you can see, but Jack sweats all over the mat, and then it gets ingrained in the little grooves, whereas my mat, yeah, it is a little bit dirty, but I can literally just wipe over it because it's a smooth surface. So I'm just going to see if I can apply the same technique to this to clean it up.
Fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray.
Talk about being spontaneous. It is now 22 minutes past 5. I've literally just spoken to my mum. I finished tying up the honeysuckle, and I am just going to go to the gym and do another spin class. So I did a spin class yesterday. The spin class that I do on Wednesday is pretty easy as far as spin classes go, and that sounds really like big-headed, but it is, because I've done spins since I was 12 years old. Had a little bit of a break during COVID because the gym shut, etc, and then it went for a refurb. So I've only just kind of started back up with spin over the last 6 weeks. But anyway, there is a spin class on a Thursday with a different instructor, which I'm told is very hard. And my mum is coming down not next weekend, the weekend after, and she wants to try the Saturday spin. And the Saturday spin is the same instructor that does the Thursday spin. And usually I can't do the Thursday spin. Well, I could, but I choose not to because me and Jack go to the gym together. And if I was to do the spin, then I would have to sacrifice my gym session with Jack. And I like to do 2 strength sessions a week. So basically, I think I'm going to go to the gym, but it's really annoying actually, because had I thought about this a little bit more in advance, then I could have gone and done my strength session at like 5 and then gone to the spin class, whereas it's now a little bit late to be doing the strength session before the spin class. So it's going to end up being a bit of a late night, to be honest, and I'm not prepared at all in terms of like, Jack usually does like what I need to eat before I do a spin class, what I need to drink because I do a double class, but because this is just a single one, I think I might be okay to just literally just have my banana and obviously take my normal drink. But yeah, so wish me luck. A little bit nervous, to be honest, for 2 reasons. 1, because I don't know if I'm going to like it. 2, I had this severe pain yesterday, so I'm really hoping that it hasn't done any sort of bruising or anything like that, or that it comes back again today, because that won't be fun. Hello everybody, it's now 7:25 and I got back from the gym about 5 minutes ago. Just put the air fryer on to cook my dinner. I'm having a little bit of a weird dinner tonight, but it doesn't really matter, it's food at the end of the day. Feedback on my spin class, absolutely hated it. Not even that it was hard, yes it was hard, but it was just stupidly hard for no reason. So I've sat on the stairs just so the air fryer. Basically I used to do spin, I think I said, back where my mum lives since the age of 12, and let me tell you, you don't realise what you have until it's gone, because the spin instructor there, Lucy, she moved to Cornwall maybe 4 years ago. No, not 4 years ago, maybe a year or 2 years ago. Basically the gym shut for a refurb. I think that was in 23 March, and I'm pretty sure she moved either later that year or early 2024. Anyway, why is it that you can't find a good spin instructor? The battery is flashing. Great, let me go change the battery. Right, I'm back. Yeah, so basically I do spin class on Wednesday, and it's more of an endurance ride, so it's a bit more like the speeds are much lower. Well, not much lower, but the speeds are quite sort of easy, and there's not so much of your heart rate going from here to here. And I really hate spin classes like that anyway, because it's just ridiculous. Like, sorry, it's just stupid. Why? I've done many a spin class where your heart rate goes from here to here, and I just end up coughing, to be honest with you. And you end up getting your heart rate so high, and then it comes back down low, that you almost get a bit of a crash. And it's just not good at all. Anyway, Lucy was a great spin instructor because you'd have almost like a routine. So you'd have either like a class where you would increase the speed throughout the whole track, throughout the whole class, or you would do like pairs where you'd go some sort of sprints, some heavy climbs, etc, etc. But it just worked, it made sense, it was maintainable, but you still worked really hard. Whereas the spin class I did tonight was all about put as much gear on as you possibly can and run as fast as you can, then take all that gear off and sprint as fast as you can, and then shove it back on. And it was just like, what is going on here? I know a spin class is different to cycling on the road, but at the same time, to me, spinning on a bike should not, it should somewhat replicate a road, well, not a road bike, but cycling on the road. And you don't do that. Okay, you might have a really heavy gear if you're doing a steep climb. Sorry, you'd go, if you were replicating a steep climb on the road, you'd go heavier gear, but you'd be in a much lighter gear on the actual road bike, and it just wouldn't be anything like it was tonight. So I really didn't enjoy that. So Mum will not be doing that with me in a couple of weeks. I've told her I will not let her do it, because she's got a few injuries, and to be honest, no, it was just awful. So I'm glad I've done that, because I was initially thinking that when the winter hits that I would do that spin class on a Saturday. No, absolutely not. I would rather pull my eyes out with a fork. It was that bad. honestly, I actually think that I would be a much better gym instructor, spin instructor, and I'm not just saying that, genuinely, based off of the spin classes that I've done. I'm 26 now, so I've done spin for like nearly 14 years, other than obviously the little break when the gym was shut. But I know what a spin class is meant to be like, how it is supposed to be. Okay, I might not have the gym instructor qualification, but let me tell you, my spin class would be a hell of a lot better than that was. And then I just went into the gym afterwards and did my few little strengthy bits, so that was all fun and games. So yeah, I'm just literally cooking my dinner now. I'm not actually hungry, to be honest with you, at all, but obviously I have to eat, and I need to make sure that I hydrate because I sweat a hell of a lot in that class. Usually I wear shorts because I do a double class, but tonight I wore leggings because I don't like how the seat rubs on the inside of my skin. I've got this real weird thing. I really don't like my bare skin touching gym equipment. It makes me feel quite ill, to be honest with you. And also my shorts, they end up riding up and it's just annoying. But yeah, that is just basically 3.5-4 minute rant about my spin class, which is absolutely atrocious. But they are literally the only 2 spin classes, the one I do on Wednesday and that one. There are no other spin instructors, which is just stupid, because at the gym that I went to at my mum's, there was like maybe 4 or 5 spin instructors. Anyway, I need to just quickly check my dinner, otherwise it's gonna burn. Hello everybody, it is now the next day. It is Friday, it is 20 to 4 and I have just finished work again about 5 minutes ago, and I have got an appointment at 4 o'clock at Specsavers to collect my new glasses. I went for a routine eye test a couple of weeks ago and I needed to get a new prescription. So I am going to leave shortly, and then from there I am going to get the food shopping done whilst I wait for Jack. He has just texted me, he's just on his last drive now, so I don't know what time he'll be home. Oh my god, I need to do dinner. I just realised I need to prep dinner. I was going to slow cook a curry and I was going to do it after work. Oh my god, I don't know if I've got time. But basically I need to tidy up the kitchen because it is a complete mess. Because when I work from home, I only get a half an hour, well, I choose to take a half an hour lunch break so that I take the other half an hour as flexi. So I basically just rushed around like a headless chicken at lunchtime to make my lunch, go for my walk, and left the kitchen in an absolute disastrous state. So I need to tidy that up before Jack gets home, and also try and prep the dinner, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to do that. Let's see, can you see the state of the kitchen? It's not too bad, to be honest. But like, look, like my sunglasses just being there, that is just no good. They go in the lounge, as does this. Dinner is not going to be slow cooked because it's 4:45 and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get stuck in the school traffic. So I'm going to go and dinner will be fresh, come home from the food shop, hopefully have time to empty the bin, prep dinner, and then hopefully Jack will say that he's on his way. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Hello, jump scare. These are my new specs. They were the best of a bad bunch, to be honest, and I have just got a second pair, not these, I've got a slightly cheaper pair. Because they said that I need to start wearing them when I'm watching TV and also driving as well as computer work, and I just feel like if you've got one pair to do all of that, well, I found it last night when I was trying to watch the TV, I had to go upstairs and get my glasses. It's so annoying. So I figured if I just have one pair in the lounge, one pair for work, and then I can obviously use either these or the other ones for driving because it'll be the same prescription. I'm just not sure now I've got home if they're a little bit fally down, not sure, but I'm wearing them for a little bit because it's such a change from my other glasses and my eyes almost hurt a little bit, so I want to just get used to it before the working day on Monday because I don't want to be getting any headaches. So yeah, I'm just gonna unload the shopping. £118, that was with £10 voucher that I had to use from my Asda rewards. So £128. I don't even feel like I got that much for my money, but I must have done, surely. Surely I must have got a lot of stuff. Let's have a look. So, meal plan for this week is tonight we're going to have the curry, as I already mentioned. Then Saturday, so tomorrow, I thought that we could have, I was going to do this like creamy steak pasta, but steak at the minute, the price of steak, God. So we'll just have chicken pasta instead. I did buy a few little bits and pieces that we probably didn't necessarily need, but we like to just keep a solid. Those bits in a second. I'm just going to literally unpack a hard shot. I've got an annoying fly that has gate crashed my party. I did buy quite a lot of cleaning bits this week, to be fair. It was quite funny actually, because the man on the checkout was looking at some of the things I bought. Like for example, I bought 4 kilos of Greek yogurt. And he was like, blimey, that's a lot of yogurt. But yes, strict orders from my cycling obsessed boyfriend. Also, it's the 9th of May today, so it is the remaining 3 episodes of Molly May's documentary. And last time it came out, I watched it because I had the day off, and Jack was thoroughly upset that I'd watched it without him. Not that he's bothered about it per se, but he was like, well, I wouldn't have minded watching it with you. So I said to him today, would you like me to wait for you? And he was like, yes. So I've held out all day not to watch it, so he better be impressed with that. Otherwise, well, I could have watched it in my lunch break, put it on in the background whilst I was working. But then, to be fair, I wanted to actually watch it rather than just listen to it. So, yeah. Hang on, I didn't even finish telling you what meals we're going to have this week. So, chicken creamy pasta tomorrow, a roast on Sunday, then Monday, Jack is not here, and neither is he Tuesday, so I'm going to have pork chops both days because I've got a little batch of 2 in the freezer. So I will just cook them and have them Monday, Tuesday, and some veg. Then Wednesday I will have, we were going to have pie because I've got the gym. Thursday we're going to have fish. Friday we're going to have gammon. So this is the food shop. So as I said, I got quite a lot of cleaning bits. So I got some vanished granules because we've run out. Literally buy these once in a blue moon, so it's not an every week expense. I bought some more of this like Zaflora stuff. Jack needed a deodorant. I got some antibacterial wipes, some J cloths, some OT crumbles, basically like hobnobs but probably nicer. Some sweets for the gym, some chocolate because we have chocolate of an evening. I bought some square bars because they were quite nice and we had them the other week, and I just thought it'd be good to put them in the cupboard. Some wet wipes because when we went to the bike racing, when Jack mixes up his carb powder, it gets really sticky, and I just thought that'd be good to have some of them. Got some fish, tuna because Jack has tuna for his lunch now, and really annoyingly he needed 5 tins and they only come in packs of 4, and I actually need to check the cupboard in a second to see if there was 1 left from this week. Anyway, I bought some ice creams because it's going to be nice weather this week, so I just bought 1 of each of the Magnums. They were on offer. Bought some frozen peas because again Jack needed that for his lunch. Got some cream for the doodad, the pasta tomorrow, and maybe we'll make some brownies and have some for pouring. Cottage cheese again for Jack's lunch. Got pittas for my lunch, mushrooms, broccoli, ginger for our ginger shot. Bought some of these bake your own baguette things, like the ciabatta ones, because we never actually plan ahead as to what we're going to do for lunch at the weekends, and I just thought that we could basically, I forgot the baby potatoes. Damn it. I was going to say I thought we could have like ham salad sandwiches with potato salad on the side, but I figured I was just going to make my own potato salad, but I forgot the baby potatoes. Damn it. Oh well. Bits for the cupboard. So I just got some jam, some mango chutney for our curry tonight. Jack is working away next week, so he is just going to basically do something really easy from his room because he now has a little hot plate. So he said pick him up a jar of sauce. So he's got this bolognese pasta sauce or pesto. He can choose. Got cinnamon, crispy onions, crisps, because that again would be nice to have. Cleaning bits, got some washing beads, some Viacal, bleach, shower gel, rice, pasta, more pasta, naans again for tonight. We have also got poppadoms. Some more of these Dishmatic heads because I don't think we've got any spares. Then I've got eggs, mozzarella for my lunch, ham, that's for over the weekend, the salami. I usually have pepperoni, but I'm going to mix it up and just have salami this week, I think, just as a change. The smallest chicken that they did in the shop for our roast. Some garlic bread, some chicken breast, pastry, cheese, gammon, bananas, oranges, corn, kiwis, apples, green beans, parsnips, cabbage, more oranges, the yogurt, some honey and milk. And that was 128, but technically 118 pounds. So I think that's quite expensive, but looking at it, I feel like I do actually have quite a lot of stuff, and a lot of this is cupboardy bits. So let's just, moment of truth. No. Oh, yes. Damn you, Jack. Damn you. It's okay. We just bought some for the next week, so that's okay. But yeah, annoying. Very annoying. But never mind. Good morning, everybody. It is now Saturday. It is, oh, I don't know, my watch is on the wrong screen. 10 to 11, and as you can see I am extremely sweaty because I have just gone out for a run. I just did 3k because it is actually really quite hot outside, and also I didn't want to overdo it because I'm still suffering from this little cough that I've got, and also haven't run since my last run, which was a week ago now, and I'm just trying to basically build a run as part of my routine. Anyway, I won't sit down for too long, otherwise I'll get stiff. But as I said, it's 10 to 11. Jack went out on his bike at about 8:15, I think, and he's got 3 hours today. Because he's not racing this month that much, his month is very much tailored around just building up the endurance, the strength, etc, etc in the legs, so he tells me. So he should be back around 11:10. No, about 11:15, sorry, but no doubt he'll probably be a little bit after that because he tends to have to stop for a wee, and maybe he'll have to stop for some fluids, I'm not really sure. There's a lovely gentle breeze out there, which is actually really nice, but coming back into our house, being a new build, the insulation in here is just insane, so it's literally about 150 degrees. But I basically spent the morning since Jack left actually having a bit of a chill, so he brought me a drink up to bed, and I sat there for about an hour and a half. Don't mind the washing machine. About an hour and a half, and I actually edited all of the footage that we have over the last few weeks, and I've managed to create 2 separate videos. So that was good. That was something that was sort of like weighing over my shoulders the last couple of weeks, and I just haven't managed to get around to doing it because when Jack is here, I like to spend as much time with him as possible, because obviously he's always out on his bike racing. Always out on his bike riding, or we're racing, or he's away, or I'm away. So yeah, it's just nice to have a little bit of quality time, to be honest. So yeah, I've done that. I put a load of washing on, as you just heard. The washing machine's a love-hate relationship. I think I overfill it sometimes and then underfill it, and then I just get a bit stressed, to be honest, because the door, it's got some magnets. My nose is so itchy. It's got some magnets that the door is supposed to obviously magnet to the washing machine, but we never put the magnets on because when there's nothing in the machine, the magnets obviously hold the door shut, and then the washing machine starts to smell when the door's closed fully. So we just never put the door on so that we can leave it slightly ajar, but then when it spins out, it sounds like it's taking off. Anyway, boring story about the washing machine. I think the plan today, when Jack gets back, is to possibly go for brunch. So we'll have to see. So I haven't actually eaten today. I've had half a banana before my run because I was getting really quite hungry, and I didn't want to go out fully on an empty stomach, but I also didn't want to eat too much. So I'm probably going to have the other half of my banana in a second, and then I'm going to go into the gym, which is something I haven't done for a really long time, as in the home gym. I go in there every morning and do my physio, but I'm going to go in and do a strength session, because how we normally do it is Mondays Jack has a long ride, I do my body combat class. Tuesdays we go to the gym together, and Jack usually has about an hour, 2 hours on his bike, and I go in and do my 40 minutes. Same thing on a Thursday, exactly the same as a Tuesday. He's got some sort of session that's shorter. on a Wednesday I do my double class, so I do spin and combat, and again Jack has a long ride. And then Friday Jack tends to have a rest day. I actually did have a rest day yesterday because I did obviously double spin this week and I had so much to do yesterday, so just didn't manage to get around to training, which is absolutely fine. But so we'll either have Friday as a rest day, or maybe we'll try and do like a run or something. And then usually at weekends, obviously we're away. However, the plan always has been that Saturdays we will then do things that we can't do in our home gym. No, sorry. Things that we can't do in our home gym, we do at the gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and things that we can do in there, like biceps, triceps, squats, that kind of thing, we do on the weekend. So we obviously haven't been here for a really long time at the weekend, so haven't managed to do that, but I have got the opportunity today, so I think I'm going to go and do that quickly before Jack gets back, and then the day is ours, basically. So yeah, that's a little update from me. We watched the Molly May Behind It All last 3 series last night when Jack got home, and to be honest, by the time we did that, it was bedtime, so nothing really exciting happened after I spoke to you about the food shopping. I also spoke to my brother this morning as well, and my niece, and I need to speak to Jack, but they're going to the beach tomorrow just down the road from us, so I need to see if Jack wants to go, because he's got to drive to Hatfield tomorrow at some point, and he's got to do his bike, so we've just got to work out if it's going to work timings, but that'd be quite nice. So yeah, that's the update from me for now, and we will check in with you if anything else happens or changes or whatever else we get up to. Hello everybody, it is now 10 to 7 and we've had a really nice chilled day actually. So I did my gym session, Jack came back, we then went for brunch. So I had pancakes, Jack had a full English, and it was alright. My pancakes were shop bought, which was a little bit disappointing, but I think
my thing was very nice. Only issue, and to be fair, silly of me, I should have asked, they brought HP sauce instead of ketchup, and I do like HP sauce, but if anyone knows what I mean, it's just quite vinegary, quite strong, and I probably should have just said, can I have ketchup, because
they were really busy though, so I think.
But the bacon and sausage, where it's like, not that it matters, but it was like locally sourced, real nice, high quality, it was quite salty, so I feel like I needed that sweetness from the ketchup. Yeah. But it's a minor, we're talking minor details here. Sorry, I'm still wearing my hat.
We've been out in the garden.
Outdoor. We're just knocking up a bit of dinner now. Yeah,
so we literally came back from brunch, we had a bit of a chill, watched a bit of TV that we needed to catch up on. I had a bit of a power nap, to be honest, it wasn't planned.
She was laying on me and I was like, wake up, you're missing the TV.
That smells like Barts.
I know, and that's not me, that's the chicken. She was laying on me and I could feel her head rolling around, and I was like, wake up, and she was like, I'm awake. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Then we went for a nice walk and we got like basically like a slushy. Was it a slushy?
Yeah, it's called a squishy. It's just basically a cheap, well not a cheap even, like a Tango Ice Blast, but actually very, very nice.
Because it's been really hot today, and then we just been sat out in the garden.
I also had an ice
squats cream. And
my Monday, I've basically done what I do on a Monday. Well, more than what I do on a Monday, some calf raises as well, but I did my Monday evening squats today because I'm obviously not going to be here Monday, and I don't want to, I'm obviously just trying to maximise everything that I have, because, you know, I'm just trying to improve in every aspect of my cycling and get stronger and fitter and maximise everything.
Yeah, so Jack's just prepping dinner now. Tomorrow's plans are, as always, I'm cleaning, Jack's going out on his bike, and we're actually, I don't know if I said this already, but we're going to meet my brother, his girlfriend and my niece at the beach. So actually quite a nice wholesome weekend. Back home to cook a roast, and then Jack is off on his travels. So yeah, that's pretty much it from us. Yeah, whistle stop tour. We've just been doing a little bit of planning out in the garden to add a nice little bit of a seating bench, because although we've got a table and chairs, we don't really have anywhere to just kind of like chill. But our garden, as you may all know, is not that big, so we were just seeing, is there anywhere that we could incorporate a little seating zone for just me and Jack, but also if we have any more guests round, it just means we can seat a couple more people, so we'll see if we can do anything with that. And yeah, we're just gonna have like chicken, I think I mentioned chicken creamy pasta basically. And yeah, that is the update from us.